For this video, we're going to go ahead and create this funnel right here. Notice we're using 6 variables, revolve, shell, and extrude to create this. By selecting our top diameter variable, I can quickly adjust this by changing my value. I can also change the height really quickly. Let's say 10. And I can also change the shelling of this to, like, let's say 1 inch. And notice now we closed off our area here. And if I use Shift X, if I click on that, I can change my view, so we can choose to see the inside or the outside of this, and Control Z to undo any changes. I'm also going to go over how to 3D print this. So notice right here we have 2 options, and we show in green how our support is being used, and let's go ahead and get started. So we're in our activity tab here on Onshape. We're going to go to document, and we're going to select create document. You can title this whatever you want. I'm going to title it funnel because it's a funnel. I'm going to go ahead and create this. Now that this is loaded, we're going to select these lines right here, and we want to select workspace units. Make sure we're on inches, or do whatever you want. So go ahead and select OK. Whoops, there we go. Accept. So to get started, let's go ahead and select this drop down menu and select variable. So I'm going to type out top underscore. We can't use spacing here. We have to use underscores, diameter, and then I use tab to move to value. I'm typing out 3 space in for inches, and I accept that. I'm going to do my mid underscore diameter. Spelled that wrong, it's okay. I'm going to do 0.3 inches, hit accept. I'm going to add my bottom diameter, bottom underscore diameter, and then do a value of 0.2 inches. I'm going to do my max height. Whoops, I forgot my spacing. And I'm going to do a value of 5 inches. I'm going to do my mid height, mid underscore height. And I forgot how to spell. Oh, well, it is what it is. Alright, mid height. Okay, it's so wrong. It is what it is. So my mid height, I'm going to put 3 inches. And then I'm also going to type out shell. This is going to be how thick our walls are going to be. So I'm going to put a value of 0.1, so fairly thin. So now to move around here, if I right click on my mouse, I can rotate this. If I click on my wheel, if I have a mouse, I can just move this whole piece around. And I can also zoom in, zoom out. And if I don't like where I'm at, and I lost this thing, just click here and it'll bring us back to our origin. And if I want to hide the origin or hide anything here, or if any of this is hidden, you can also make it appear again. Make sure you view everything here. Alright, so let's make sure we go back and make sure you're viewing your top view, your front view, and you have this. So now we're going to select sketch. We also have shortcuts, Shift S. Select that, go to my front view. I'm going to select my line right here. And I'm going to make this coincidental or connected to our origin. I'm going to go up or vertically. I'm going to select. I'm going to go to my right. This is also horizontal. I'm going to select a diagonal line here, put that point there, and I'm going to now place my last point horizontal to the origin. Notice how it's orange. And I'm going to close this area so it's gray. That means this area is closed. Alright, let's start adding another construction line. So if I deselected this by accident, make sure you click it again, and then select this construction line. We want to select that origin and make this vertical. Notice this is just changed. I do not want an arc, I want a line. So I'm going to deselect that and go up again. So this construction line is going to be slightly larger. I didn't add a dimension for a variable for this, but let's just type out 6 because it's larger than our max height. So I'm going to select this point, my construction line, and go to the left, not the right, the left for my diameter. So I'm going to put top diameter. I'm going to go to this point, select my construction line, go to the left, not the right, go to the left, mid diameter. I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. I'm going to click the bottom point, select the construction line, go to the left, not the right, go to the left, click, type out bottom diameter and hit enter, and then enter again. Now I'm going to click on this point, and I'm going to select this line here, or the origin, and I'm going to type out max height. And now I'm going to go to this middle point here. I'm going to zoom in just to make sure I select it. zoom out again, click on this line again, my top plane, and then I'm going to type out mid, height, and then just enter. Notice everything is black. This means this is fully defined, and this is what we want. So now I'm going to hit this check mark here. I'm going to select revolve. I'm going to click this area that we just created. Revolve axis will be this line here, and now it's a three-dimensional object. So our final item, we're going to select this shell right here. I'm going to select this face here, and notice we already have a value filled out for 0.1, so just type out shell. That way we can apply the variable. So now if you change any of these values here, it'll automatically change this here. I'm going to leave it as is, but go ahead and play with this and see what you get. But before we 3D print this, I'm going to select this item here, this face. I'm going to select sketch. And what I want you to do, you're going to select this interface right here, or this line here, and you're going to go ahead and click, whoops, where to go? This icon here, project. And I'm going to hide part 1. So notice we have this right here, and we have sketch 1. We can see it, or we can hide it. But let's go ahead and view the part 1. So now I'm going to select offset. I'm going to click this line that I just created. And notice I'm going to extend this out. I'm going to click here. Whoops, there we go. And now I'm going to accept that value. We accept this. So I'm going to accept that, accept this sketch. So now I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to select this face, and notice I'm on solid, add, and for the blind I can just manually adjust this, or I can change this here on the depth. But I'm just creating this right here. I'm going to just place it at that value, hit accept, and notice we just created this right here. So if I do Shift X, we can see how this is created, or what this looks like in the inside. Do Shift X again to undo that. So now to 3D print it, I'm going to right click on part 1, click export. You want to have this as an STL, at least for Bambu. Make sure this is in inches, and just make sure this looks like this, and hit export. So now if we go to, so at this point, I'm here on Bambu now, so I'm going to now select new project, use modified value, go ahead and select file, import, and I'm selecting what I just downloaded from Onshape. Go ahead and select yes here, and notice this is the document that we just created. So I'm going to add a new plate. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, Control C, Control V, or I can also right click, clone, create multiple copies, but I don't want this one, so now I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Alright, I'm going to select this one. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees, and this is just to check to see which orientation is best for 3D printing. So I'm going to go to this area, select global, make sure you click support, enable support, tree, select auto, and go ahead and select slice all. And at this point we have a rendering of how much support we're going to be using, and it looks like this is the better version. We're using no support here actually, and we are good to 3D print this. So to 3D print it, you have options here where you can download this and email it to your teacher, or you can export it onto a USB and directly print it on the machine. So anyways, thanks for watching. Go ahead and try it.